Storage Wars quickly became one of those shows that hooked people right from the start. It had everything: excitement, suspense, and big personalities that felt larger than life. The mystery of opening a storage locker and not knowing whether it held hidden treasures or complete junk gave the show a sense of unpredictability that kept audiences glued for years. Fans loved the thrill of the auctions, the heated bidding wars, and the catchphrases that soon became part of everyday conversations. But behind the entertainment and fame, the cast members were real people with real struggles. Off-camera, many faced tragedies, health crises, and personal hardships that shocked fans when the truth came out. The show may have made them stars, but fame did not protect them from the difficulties of life. One of the most unforgettable names tied to Storage Wars is Dave Hester. For fans, just hearing his name instantly brings back memories of his loud and drawn-out "You up?" echoing across the auctions. As one of the first stars of the series, Dave quickly became its face. His confidence, bold personality, and unshakable energy made him impossible to ignore. Whether fans loved him or disliked his aggressive style, everyone agreed that he brought a unique spark to the show. Dave thrived in the spotlight and never shied away from competition, which is why his presence became so central to the series. But away from the cameras, Dave's life was far more complicated than viewers knew. In 2012, he shocked fans when he accused Storage Wars of being staged. He claimed producers were planting valuable items in lockers to make the episodes more entertaining. The network denied it, but the accusations sparked a storm of controversy. Soon after, Dave was temporarily removed from the show, leaving fans to wonder if his career on Storage Wars was over for good. Although he eventually returned, tragedy struck not long after. Dave suffered a sudden hemorrhagic stroke brought on by high blood pressure and untreated sleep apnea. The stroke was devastating, leaving him unable to move or speak. For his family, friends, and fans, it was heartbreaking to see the once dominant, fiery man now fighting just to survive. His recovery was long and difficult. He had to relearn how to move and how to speak step by step. Many thought he might never return to his old self, but Dave's determination pushed him forward. Even though he had been a divisive figure on the show, fans rallied behind him during this time, proving that no matter the controversies, people recognized the humanity in his struggle. His journey became a powerful reminder that no amount of fame or success can shield someone from life's unexpected turns. Then there was Balelo, another unforgettable figure from the show, known for his flashy style and big personality. Nicknamed Rico Suave by fellow cast members, Mark always made an entrance. He wasn't just there to bid. He was there to make a statement. From his sharp outfits to his lively energy, he brought a flair that made him stand out in every scene. Fans loved his charisma, and whenever Mark appeared on screen, you knew the auction was about to get interesting. But behind the charm and confidence, Mark was battling personal demons that viewers never saw. In 2016, his struggles became public when he was arrested for drug possession. Reports later revealed that Mark had been dealing with long-standing mental health issues, something he had kept hidden from fans. His flashy exterior masked a life filled with hardship and pain. His story served as another reminder that even those who seem the most confident and full of life on screen may be carrying heavy burdens in private. Mark Balelo's legal troubles were only the surface of the private battles he was fighting. Sadly, just 2 years later, tragedy struck. In 2018, he was found dead in his car from carbon monoxide poisoning at only 40 years old. The news shocked fans everywhere. It was difficult to imagine someone so full of life and energy being gone so suddenly. His passing opened conversations about the pressures of fame, the struggles people carry behind the scenes, and how often the public only gets to see a small piece of someone's real story. Yet Mark's life was not defined only by this tragedy. Born in Portugal, raised partly in Brazil, and later moving to the United States, he built an impressive career as an entrepreneur. He started businesses, ran a successful auction house, and even helped recover actor Nicolas Cage's stolen rare comic book. His deep knowledge of collectibles and passion for the auction world set him apart, earning him respect not only from Storage Wars fans but also from the wider community of collectors. His death left a lasting impact, as both fans and colleagues mourned the loss of his energy, talent, and charm. While Mark's story was heartbreaking, the loss of Gunther Hodel touched fans in a different, more personal way. Appearing alongside his son René in Season 4, Gunther brought warmth, humor, and kindness to a show often filled with high tension and competitive egos. He wasn't the loudest bidder, nor did he seek the spotlight, but his calm presence and light-hearted personality made him unforgettable. Fans loved seeing the close bond he shared with his son. It reminded everyone that Storage Wars wasn't only about money and competition, but also about family, teamwork, and support. Unfortunately, Gunther's health struggles were far more serious than most fans knew. Years of smoking led to lung cancer, which worsened as dangerous holes formed in his lungs and required emergency surgery. Despite treatments, his condition continued to decline. In 2023, Gunther passed away at the age of 67. His loss was deeply felt by fans who admired not only his humor but also the way he treated everyone with kindness and respect. The flood of tributes that followed showed just how much his warmth had touched viewers. His story proved that genuine kindness can leave as strong a legacy as boldness or flair. Prigoff, who starred in Storage Wars, Texas, brought yet another unique personality to the franchise. Unlike many cast members who focused purely on profit, Mo was a man of many talents: doctor, teacher, musician, and collector. He wasn't just bidding for items. He was sharing knowledge, stories, and passion. His love of history and culture gave the show an extra layer of depth that fans appreciated. Beyond the auctions, Mo lived a rich life as a husband to his wife Michaela for nearly 20 years, balancing his career with creative and personal pursuits. But even someone as full of life as Mo faced struggles. For 6 years, he quietly battled a serious illness, choosing to continue working and enjoying his passions without letting the sickness define him. His resilience was inspiring, but sadly in 2021, Mo passed away after his long fight. Fans and fellow cast members remembered him for his intelligence, warmth, and charm, but most of all for his determination to live life fully until the very end. Together, these stories show a side of Storage Wars that audiences rarely saw. Behind the excitement of bidding wars and the drama of the auctions were real people with real struggles, triumphs and tragedies, successes and heartbreaks. While the show entertained millions, the lives of its cast members reminded fans that fame never protects anyone from life's challenges. Behind the screen, the people from Storage Wars were living real lives filled with challenges no one could see on television. Some faced private battles, others dealt with serious health problems, and a few experienced tragedies that shocked fans everywhere. Dave Hester's near-death experience showed how quickly life can change in an instant. Mark Balelo's sudden death reminded people that even those who seem confident and full of life may be struggling privately. Gunther Hodel's battle with cancer showed the heavy toll of illness and lifestyle choices, while Prigoff's long fight with his health proved how strong and resilient someone can be, even when facing mortality. Each story left fans heartbroken but also full of respect, realizing that the cast weren't just TV characters, but real human beings with lives full of both highs and lows. These tragedies hit especially hard because viewers had welcomed these personalities into their homes for years. They felt like familiar faces, almost like friends. The struggles and deaths of these cast members became a reminder that life is unpredictable and that we should appreciate people while we still can. Even now, fans continue to remember their humor, energy, and kindness. Though their lives ended too soon or took difficult turns, their legacies remain through the memories of those who loved the show. In the end, Storage Wars became more than just a series about auctions. It became a window into the human experience, showing discovery, excitement, resilience, and the reality of loss. One cast member who fans remember fondly is Brandon Sheets, who appeared on the show with his father, Daryl Sheets. Daryl was one of the most recognizable buyers, and Brandon often stood by his side, helping with bidding, inspecting lockers, and sorting through finds. While Daryl was bold and loud, Brandon was quieter, steady, and hardworking. Fans admired their father-son partnership because it added a relatable family element to the show, showing teamwork and trust. But in 2017, Brandon's time on Storage Wars came to an end. It wasn't his choice. The show made budget cuts and he was let go. Fans were disappointed because they had enjoyed watching him and Daryl together. For Brandon, it meant the end of his TV career, but it was also the beginning of a new chapter. He took a job as a UPS truck driver, which at first gave him stability. However, his life took a terrifying turn when he was involved in a serious truck accident. He had been asleep in the trailer when the truck went off course and crashed. The accident could have taken his life, but he survived with only minor physical injuries. The real impact came afterward. He suffered from stress, anxiety, and the mental trauma of the crash, which proved harder to overcome than the physical wounds. On top of this, Brandon's family was going through more struggles. His father, Daryl, suffered a heart attack and dealt with severe lung issues. Brandon had to juggle his own recovery while also supporting his father through these health battles. The pressure of family responsibility, combined with his personal challenges, made life very difficult. Still, Brandon kept pushing forward. He focused on his family and worked on rebuilding his life. Fans who remembered him from the show continued to reach out with support, showing that even if he wasn't on television anymore, people still cared. His journey became an example of resilience and strength, proving that fame doesn't protect anyone from hardship, but determination and family bonds can help someone move forward. Another unforgettable figure from Storage Wars is Dan Dotson. Viewers know him as the lightning-fast auctioneer whose skills, alongside his wife Laura, brought energy and excitement to the series. Dan had been in the auction business long before TV made him famous, and his professional style and charisma turned him into one of the show's most important faces. With his wife Laura, Dan Dotson built American Auctioneers, a company that became famous across California for its fast, exciting, and professional auctions. His quick wit, ability to read a crowd, and unique style made him a standout long before Storage Wars came along. When the show started, Dan's charisma and talent quickly turned him into one of its biggest stars. But away from the cameras, Dan faced a terrifying health scare that nearly ended his life. In 2014, he suffered not one but 2 brain aneurysms at the same time, something so rare that many doctors said it was almost a miracle he survived. He was rushed to the hospital after experiencing intense headaches, vision problems, and confusion. The fact that he lived through not 1 but 2 aneurysms was extraordinary. His recovery was long and painful, but he fought through it and made major lifestyle changes, including quitting smoking. The experience was a life-changing wake-up call, reminding him just how fragile life can be. After healing, he returned to auctioneering with even more determination, inspiring fans with his resilience and strength. But the Dotson family's challenges didn't end there. In 2020, Dan and Laura's son Garrett faced a near-death experience of his own. While in Arizona, Garrett was suddenly attacked and shot. Despite being gravely injured, he managed to call 911, an act of courage that saved his life. He was airlifted to Las Vegas for emergency surgery, where doctors discovered the bullet had damaged the vena cava, one of the body's largest veins. The situation was life-threatening, but surgeons managed to repair the damage. Garrett's recovery was long and difficult, but he survived against incredible odds. The attacker was later caught, bringing the family some justice. Fans rallied behind the Dotsons with love and support, reminding everyone just how quickly life can change. Another fan favorite was Brandy Passanti, whose sharp mind, humor, and competitive spirit made her one of the show's most recognizable figures. Alongside her partner Jared Schultz, she built a strong reputation as a clever and determined bidder. Together, they balanced raising children with running their business. Their chemistry made them a standout duo, even earning them their own spin-off show, Brandy and Jared, Married to the Job. But with fame came challenges Brandy never expected. As her popularity grew, Brandy began receiving frightening threats from fans. Some were so serious that she feared for her safety and eventually moved to a gated community for protection. While this gave her some peace, the emotional weight of living in fear was heavy. She decided to seek therapy, which helped her process her anxiety and regain her confidence. Therapy gave her tools to protect her mental health, set boundaries, and continue her career without being overwhelmed by fear. Her story became a powerful reminder that fame can come with dangers the public rarely sees, and that caring for mental health is just as important as physical safety. Bari Weiss, another unforgettable star, brought a completely different energy to Storage Wars. Unlike most buyers, Bari wasn't chasing profit. He was a collector at heart. For him, auctions were like treasure hunts, and he was more interested in unusual, quirky, or rare finds. Fans loved his eccentric style, his humor, and his unpredictability. He became famous for showing up in wild outfits, driving flashy cars, and even experimenting with strange tactics like psychic auctions, where he'd guess the value of a locker without checking it. But in 2019, Bari's life was nearly cut short. He was badly injured in a serious motorcycle accident in Los Angeles and rushed to the hospital. Rumors quickly spread that he had died, which left fans devastated, but those rumors turned out to be false. Bari survived, though his injuries were severe. Over time, he recovered enough to reassure his fans that he was alive and healing. The accident served as a stark reminder that even the most colorful, larger-than-life personalities can face life-threatening situations in the blink of an eye. Then came the shocking turn in Brandi and Jared's story. For years, they had been one of the most beloved pairs on Storage Wars, balancing their business and family life while making audiences laugh with their banter. But in 2021, they announced their separation, surprising fans who had watched them together for so long. What made things even more unusual was that they continued filming the show after their breakup, which added tension on screen. The situation became more serious when news broke about a domestic violence case involving Jared. Reports confirmed charges had been filed, and Brandi later posted a cryptic message online assuring fans that she was safe. The story drew public attention to the pressures of reality TV fame and the difficulties of separating private struggles from the public spotlight. For viewers, it was heartbreaking to see two familiar faces face such turmoil, a reminder that reality stars deal with the same painful struggles as anyone else. The stories of Brandon Sheets, Dan and Garrett Dotson, Brandi Passanti, Bari Weiss, and Jared Schultz reveal what lies behind the fun, fast-paced world of Storage Wars. These cast members faced near-death experiences, serious health emergencies, family crises, personal struggles, harassment, and heartbreak. Fame may have given them recognition, but it also brought challenges no one could have predicted. What stands out in each of their journeys is not just the pain they endured, but the resilience they showed. Their experiences remind us that behind every television personality is a real human being, living through the same struggles, triumphs, and heartbreaks as anyone else. Storage Wars may have entertained millions with its drama and surprises, but the real drama often happened when the cameras were off. The cast members' stories prove that resilience, courage, and family bonds mean far more than fame ever could.